Hey, Decide Your Destiny crew, Kyle Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Your Destiny daily dose. Decide to become okay with being authentic. Decide to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and realize that growth is the goal, growth is the name of the game, and growth is on the other side of being uncomfortable and being authentic. And I understand it can be hard, it can be difficult, and it can be icky, it can be daunting to get uncomfortable. When you do your first live, your first video, the first time you ask someone out, the first time you go to speak in a public event, the first time you put yourself out there, it can be really daunting, and getting authentic and as real as you can in public is very daunting as well, because we're worrying, we're wondering, are people going to accept me for me? Are people going to like me? Or maybe they might like a better version of me, or an edited version, or a cut up, chopped up and refined out, ironed out piece of me. Maybe they'll like that. And yes, there's ways to get better at being more presentable. There's ways, to fix up your posture and have better projection and all sorts of different things. And there's skills, but those skills that you attribute to yourself, that's not changing you. That's changing the physical appearance and the physiology in a way, but it's not changing you at your core and your core message and your core reason and your personality. Make improvements. And along the way, as you're authentic, you'll make improvements. No one started out going, once I get everything sorted, once I make all the improvements necessary, it might take me about 20 years, then I'll put myself out. Then I'll get myself out there. Then I'll get uncomfortable, then I'll go and present. No, you worked it out along the way. You took a few chances, you had a few goes, and each time you learned something, because that's what it is, that's growth, that's how you get growth. So being okay with being authentic is especially hard, in a world of fakes, a world of fake everythings, and posing and everything edited and photoshopped and all that sort of stuff. It's very hard to be okay with being authentic. It's very hard to be grounded and confident and sure of yourself whilst you're being authentic. And it's deep within us, that need for social approval. It goes back to when we were hanging out in caves or whatever we were doing. But that it's a deep-seated need of human beings. And so showing our raw self, showing our unfinished self, our unedited self can really threaten that idea that we won't be approved socially, or we won't be accepted into the tribe, into the community. But the great thing about the expanse of the universe, the expanse of the world, is that you can find your tribe, you can find your community, you can find your group. You have to go out there and connect with them though. And being authentic is a way that you can do that. Being authentic is a way that you can draw them in and kind of, in a natural way, cull out the people that don't really align with you, or you're not really going to add value to either way. You're not going to please every human on this earth as hard as you try. And the harder you try, you won't, the less you'll please anyone, because you'll constantly be shape-shifting and changing dimensions to try and fit in and please people. So it's really, really important that you are authentic. You're authentic with yourself, you're authentic with your audience, you're authentic with your family, and you're real, because that realness is you. And that realness is the gift that you're here to bring the world. And every time you're authentic, every time you're real, you're giving other people the opportunity, you're giving them the permission to be real, to say, for God's sakes, you're not fairy floss. You're not some little petal. You're a fierce and strong human being with all of your imperfections and all of the great things that you've worked on. And you've got raw healing ability. You've got amazing ability to grow and learn. And that's who you are as a human being. So go out there and be you. Be who you were sent here to be, and be yourself as authentically as possible each and every day. Push yourself. It's going to be hard. It's difficult, and sometimes it's more difficult than others. And sometimes It's completely to do with your environment and who you're hanging around and who you're listening to and what messages you're taking in. You know, messages not to be authentic, messages not to be you, messages not to be real and raw. And get upset over words like the word raw, because I know it's got different connotations to it. But raw is unedited, you know, it's an unedited image. It's unrefined, unphotoshopped, unedited in any way. It's just as it is. And that's what I mean by raw. So go out there and be raw, be real, and be authentic. And you'll actually help people. You can actually save lives. You can actually make a difference in people's lives when you are authentic and real. Because you're giving so many people permission who are stuck in, you know, trying to be someone else, or stuck in trying to be fake, or stuck in the fear and the worry that they can't be who they are in public, or they can't be who they are and reach out for help or assistance. Each time you're authentic, you're giving them the permission to live their life that they deserve, to live the life that they're here to live, and to embrace themselves fully and understand that they're going to need to grow, because they're all going to need to grow. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you take this message and you go out there today and you lead a more authentic life, or lead a more authentic day. It's something that you'll continually have to work on, you'll continually have to come back in, because you will lose yourself in your life. You'll lose yourself and then you'll find yourself again. So just be assured that you will find yourself again, and that being authentic is the name of the game, and it's the way that we heal hearts. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Remember, as always, decide your destiny. Cheers.